Scholars and historians have been challenged trying to find which pharaoh or pharaohs subjected the Israelites into bondage. For that matter, which pharaoh promoted Joseph to the highest rank in Egypt? Our initial question is, should we even try to uncover this mystery altogether? From a scholastic point of view, the answer is obvious, of course. It can only help verify the Bible, the Torah. Does it violate Torah's ethics in any way? After all, Moses himself did not identify Pharaoh, and neither did Ezra. So why should we? We should ask, why then did Moses not identify the Pharaoh? There are several reasons we could give. He had gratitude toward Pharaoh's house for raising him and taking him in as his own child. Also, he did not want to glorify or demean any further any pharaoh that was wrong to subjugate the Israelites. Perhaps he'd just be erased to the vestiges of history. More practically, it is wholly possible that Pharaoh did not go by a name altogether. They were just simply called Pharaoh. Historians attribute names to Pharaoh based on tombs and hieroglyphics. However, it is possible that contemporaries just knew them as Pharaoh. I'll venture to move forward and identify these pharaohs from the Bible. Otherwise, this video will be quite short. The most popular view among Jews, Christians, and Coptic scholars is that Pharaoh that Moses brought to his knees and plagued 10 times was Ramses II. Now, Ramses only fits with the most precursory investigation because the Torah says they built the cities of Pithom and Ramses. His father is said to have died shortly before the enslavement. A new king arose in Egypt. In history, Ramses II's father, Seti, died, giving way to Ramses II's great rule. However, that is based on scant evidence and is short-sighted, as following the age-old view that the Israelites crossed the Red Sea at the Gulf of Suez, or that Mount Sinai is in the Sinai Desert. We need more evidence and to more carefully read the Torah's clues. When investigating history to determine the correct pharaoh, historians look at three major factors. First, the timeline is indicated in the Torah. What period of history does the Torah say the events occurred? Second, the timeline is indicated by Egyptian history. Who was Pharaoh and when? When those are matched up, we can look at the third, the factual evidence that would corroborate the facts in the Torah actually occurring in Egypt. Evidence of a new king shortly before the Exodus. Evidence of the plagues when horses and chariots were used in the Egyptian army. First, we look at the Torah's timeline. The year from King Solomon to the Exodus we know is 480 years. Kings 1, chapter 6, verse 1. We also have to look at the years from the descent into Egypt back to the Great Flood. The years from the Exodus to the invasion of the kingdom of Judea by Pharaoh Necho. Finally, the years from the Exodus all the way to the destruction of the Second Temple in 70 Common Era. Second, we look at the Egyptian timeline. At first glance, Ramses is clearly way too late in history. Scholars want to reconcile the Egyptian history with the Torah timeline have to do one of two things. Either ignore the Egyptian timeline or state that the biblical one is inaccurate. Or could it be that Pharaoh of the Exodus was a different Pharaoh? When looking at the third factor, factual evidence, Ramses clearly does not fit in any way. He shows no evidence of a downfall or destruction, and he also gave way to his child. Lining up two timelines, we fall to Pharaoh Harimhab, who does not fit either. When we take a closer look at the timelines and corroborating evidence, we look at the biblical timeline and we know the years from the Exodus to King Solomon, as we stated. However, we do not necessarily know the years from King Solomon to today, nor do we know the years from the Exodus and when it commenced.